Hey guys, starting to get some of your questions on page 360. Some of the different properties of exponents. Knowing when to add exponents, knowing when to subtract them, knowing what negative exponents do. Just a little bit of a review before we get into this next chapter. But I want to take a look at some of the questions you guys have had here, and this is number 4. On page 360. All right, it's 3x to the negative fourth y cubed, and then that whole thing raised to the second power. So how do we simplify this? Well, the first thing I notice is I can distribute, and I'm using air quotes there because it's not actually a distributive property, but it acts real similar to it, but it's not. So the math teacher in me has to use the air quotes. So I can do everything to the second power. All right. So this is 3 to the second power, x to the negative fourth to the second power. I'm going to take my time here. X to the negative fourth to the second power, and then y cubed to the second power. All right. So we have a property of exponents that says if we've got a product, if we've got multiplication, which is what that is in there, and that entire product is being raised to a power, we can take each of the factors to that power. Okay, and now I simplify each one of those. So 3 to the second, that means 3 times 3, or 3 used as a factor 2 times. That's 9. Now we also have a property of exponents that says when I have a power raised to another power, I can multiply those two. All right, so negative 4 times 2 would be negative 8. And then same thing here, or similar thing here, 3 times 2 is y to the 6th. So I get 9x to the negative 8th, y to the 6th. All right. Now we were asked to simplify this thing, and simplify means we can't have any negative exponents. So I've got to deal with this. These two, not a problem. The 9 and the y to the 6th, not a problem. But that's being a problem there, so I got to take care of it. And again, we've got another property of exponents that says negative exponents, what they do is they reciprocate things. Right? They don't make things negative, but they reciprocate things. So in other words, x to the negative 8 is 1 over x to the positive 8. All right. Now I'm going to leave everything else just how it is. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that 9 over 1. And I'm going to put y to the 6th over 1. All right. Simply because I've kind of made this into a fraction, and I am multiplying a bunch of fractions. Again, this is multiplication here. And we multiply fractions just by multiplying across the top and multiplying across the bottom, multiplying all the numerators and then multiplying all the denominators. And so that's what I'm going to do, and that helps me to see these as fractions. And again, I can make anything into a fraction or make it look like a fraction by putting it over 1. So now multiply across the top. So 9 times 1 is 9 times y to the 6th would be 9y to the 6th. And on the bottom, 1 times x to the 8th times 1 is just x to the 8th. So there is that expression in simplified form. Knowing the distributive property when it comes to exponents, knowing when to multiply the exponents, and then recognizing here what negative exponents do. All right, so this was number 4 on page 360. Let me know if you have any other questions. Take care.